Hello and welcome to another episode of Historically Marked. I am Jason. Outside Breese, Illinois in Clinton County in rural America. I'm actually outside a dairy farm. But there is a special memorial outside this dairy farm alongside a country road that takes you into Breese. This is called the Cholera Cross, and I'll go ahead and show you more on that one. Here we go. And by the way, the name of this farm is called J.B. Timmerman Farms, which specializes in prairie farms. So the next time you buy ice cream in the St. Louis area that has Prairie Farms label on it, it might have came from here. And what you see there is all the cows. But this is private property, so just be respectful if you do come out and visit here. This is the cross. However, this has been replaced many times over the years. I think due to vandalism and wear and tear, or so I've read. But this is the latest one that is standing. And below is the monument. And the inscription on here. In 1832, cholera plagued this area. Entire families were wiped out, sometimes overnight. A gentleman named Joseph, I don't even know if I'm saying this right, Altepeter, made a covenant with his maker. If his large family was spared, he would erect a large cross on his farm near the public road. As a perpetual memorial, the family was spared and the original wooden cross that was built has been replaced many times. So this is a wooden cross, even though it does, well, actually I take that back, it's not. It feels like more concrete maybe. Nevertheless, this is very unique. I mean, so yeah, a lot of people kind of wonder as they pass by, or maybe locals are like, oh, there's the cross. Now, north of here is Breese, Illinois, and if you go that way, you go to Germantown, Illinois, which is the home of Red Shandy's, or where he was from, rather. So a lot of you are probably wondering, what is cholera? Now, cholera we did learn in history class, or hopefully you did, and we didn't really know what the real symptoms were, but we do know it was a pandemic back in the day. Now, cholera was mostly, the symptoms are, dehydration and a lot, I don't really want to say on camera, but I'll leave it up to you to look it up. But it was a pandemic a lot of times in the last millennium, especially during the 19th century. It actually happened, there were 5 different cholera epidemics, or pandemics, I guess, that were spread out. This happened during the 1830s. Some of the cholera periods spread out for like maybe 2 or 3 years, and then maybe a few years after, or maybe a decade after, there would be another pandemic. And as I'm doing this, speaking of the word pandemic, yes, there is still the COVID-19 pandemic where unfortunate lives have been lost and many have suffered through the whole illness, and some have survived and made it out. But cholera was a different world back then, and so Breese, Illinois was not an exception. But because of this gentleman's religious beliefs, he was spared from the disease. And there are also a lot of local similar tales about that, especially in St. Charles County, where Our Lady of the Rivers, once they put up a big statue up there, they were spared from flooding the town of Portage de Sioux. I know I'm not saying it right, but that's a start. So that's just some local history here in Clinton County in Breese, Illinois. Well, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Historically Marked. I am Jason, signing off.